I am a creative, which sounds like a disease, doesn't it? Ooh, he's a creative. I've learned to love, trust, and listen to the creative energy and sources that are constantly moving through each and every one of us. Learning how to do that is a way of life. It is the walk. But if you challenge it day after day, it becomes the darkness. And then you go, I'm depressed. I can't do anything. Well, are you listening to your creativity? Are you building with it? Or are you just trying to control it? Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Oh, hey. Just taking some coffee. Taking it in, baby. Taking it in. I'm on one of those paths right now that usually what I have done is I have scheduled every week where I have 3 days off. 1, 2, 3, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off. Not from podcasting, just off from being up there on the essential line. And this was one of those weeks where I let my Windows lifestyle get in the way. Windows lifestyle is you look at your Google Calendar, you see that you have a certain window of time that you could put something there, go out and make some money, right? Because we all like making money. And what happened is that I did that, and now on the opposite side of those days that I'm supposed to have off, those mental days basically every week, because that's the way my life was built and lived, it's like, dude, you forgot to rest. What are you going to do? Because your next resting point is 4 days away. And in this Windows life and style, are you just going to fill up your Google Calendar again? Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walkthrough in everyday world. It is a date with awareness. It is a moment where you've got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, oh, I think I just made a big mistake. You know, we always think of that train. I think I can. And then when you do, you go, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. Because life has changed so much globally that you don't have to put in the 6 days a week at your place of business anymore. And the reason why I say that is because we're living the Great Resignation. We are. This is it. This is that moment. But before we get there, I need to tell you, this is the Daily Mess. What would you be doing if you had participated with what has been labeled the Great Resignation? Starting in 2021, more people walked away from their jobs to seek retirement or a less demanding career. The Great Resignation, which also includes creating their own businesses. Halfway through 2022, we're starting to see more companies enforcing their employees to make it back to the office. Get back here or we're going to terminate you. Make sure that you're vaccinated or we're going to terminate you. Oh, we're facing it every single day. And a word that keeps popping up, animosity. We're living it in this post-COVID-19. Animosity. Teams are burning out quickly. Anxiety being the poison maker. Now, the experts are saying that mental health has got to be prioritized. The key word here, a knowledge of the transition. See, while I was doing the pro radio thing, when I was in the trenches pre-COVID-19, I never took a mental day off. I was always at this place of creativity because I found enjoyment in it. I always wanted to be there. I always wanted to create things. I always wanted to have that outreach. And then I got to say that I became a part of this Great Resignation, owning the power of choice. I decide if I'm going to go back to work on the essential lines. Yes, I could be on the list, but I could tell them 2 weeks out, nah, I'm okay. I don't need to go back. And the reason why is because I believe that we are living in a society that is trying to race back to still trying to be normal, but with less fear of standing near someone who could be a carrier. Oh, yeah. Those COVID numbers may be down, and Anthony Fauci, the big doctor, has said that the pandemic is no more in the United States. The numbers are still there, but the pandemic part of it is not. The Great Resignation. What if you did take a leap of faith and decided, I want that power of choice. I don't want to work 6 days a week, 10 hours a day. The big company that delivers packages around your neighborhood every day. Yeah, how many hours do they expect their employees to work a day? I think it's 10 to 12, is it not? I know when the body starts hurting. usually around the 20-minute mark. And then it aches all day. What would you be doing if you had participated in what has been labeled the Great Resignation? What is it that you want to do? That's the part about being in the American dream or the global dream. What do you want to do? Do you want to work at a place of business that is making you stand on your feet without sitting for 10 hours, jumping in a truck and delivering packages? What is it that you want? I know what I do on the essential line. And I have to make a choice every day I go in there. Put your ego away and do the job. You know what the job is. Try to shape it to form what it is that you can accept. But do so without upsetting the people around you. The Great Resignation. How would you even design your workday and workplace? Where would you be? Because you can't do the Great Resignation and be a binge watcher of television. You can't do it. It doesn't work that way. Your mind needs to be activated. That's why if you're going to participate with this, you've got to have a plan. And you've got to be able to execute that plan. And you've got to have enough self-discipline to still get your butt up in the morning. I was up at 4:45 yesterday morning because I had a plan. I had a purpose. I needed to do something in order to get that day going and growing. I need to be done by a certain time. And the reason why is because of my Windows life and style. I've got to be somewhere else at a particular time. I'm still learning what this Great Resignation is. But the good news is, the positive, is I own the power of choice. And so do you. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.